The LinkedIn notification popped up at 9 in the morning. Hey, saw you're at TechCorp. Think you could get me in? I stared at the screen. The message was from my brother, Kyle. The same brother who, 6 years ago, sent me a text that said, "Have fun being unemployed with that joke degree." The same brother who told our entire family I was wasting my life. The same brother who hadn't spoken to me in 3 years. And now he wanted a favor. Not an apology. Not a, "Hey, how have you been?" Just, "Think you could get me in?" I took a screenshot. Because here's the thing. I save everything. Every cruel text. Every dismissive comment. Every receipt. And I had a feeling I was going to need them. How do you respond when the person who destroyed your confidence wants you to save their career? Drop where you're watching from and what time it is there. And hit like so I know you're here. Because this story gets wild. I opened the message thread. And I started scrolling back. 6 years back. Let me take you back to where this started. I was 18. College decision time. I wanted to study philosophy and media studies. My family wanted me to do finance. Like Kyle. At dinner, my dad looked at my acceptance letter and laughed. Philosophy? So you want to be poor and pretentious? My mom patted my hand. Honey, how will you get a job? Kyle was worse. I'll be making 6 figures while you're writing essays no one reads. He said it in front of everyone. Cousins, aunts, friends. I went anyway. And I'm not gonna lie, it was brutal. I graduated with honors, but no one was hiring philosophers. I worked 3 unpaid internships. I freelanced at night. I taught myself design software, user research, strategy. A senior UX lead named Marissa took a chance on me. She mentored me. Slowly I climbed. Junior researcher, product strategist, senior strategist. Then, 3 years ago, I landed the role. Senior Director of Innovation at TechCorp, one of the biggest tech companies in the world. My starting salary was $240,000, plus equity. I framed my offer letter. I kept every rejection email, every performance review, every piece of feedback. I save everything. Kyle didn't speak to me the whole time I was climbing. He was too busy being the golden child. Investment banking. The family pride. Until he wasn't. And then that message arrived. Think you could get me in? I read the message 3 times before I replied. Hey Kyle, it's been a while. What kind of role are you looking for? Professional. Neutral. His response came in under a minute. Director of Strategy. I know we haven't talked. But family's family, right? I'm looking at a lateral move. Your company's hiring. Easy referral. Easy referral. Like the last 6 years didn't happen. I waited a day. Then I wrote back. I'd need to know more about your background and fit for the team culture. He didn't like that. Come on. Don't make this weird. You owe me for all the times I covered for you at home. I stared at that line. Covered for me? What do you mean covered for me? His reply was instant. Just send the referral. It's not that deep. I need this. Not, I'd appreciate it. Not, I'm sorry for how I treated you. Just, I need this. I closed the app. That night my mom called. Kyle says you're being difficult. He just needs a little help. Why are you making this so hard? I didn't sleep that night, because here's what was happening. Kyle was rewriting history, and my parents were letting him. The next morning I saw it. Kyle had applied to TechCorp directly, and in his cover letter he name-dropped me. I'm eager to bring the collaborative spirit my sister and I have always shared. We hadn't spoken in 3 years. 2 days later I got an email from HR. Subject line, referral question. My stomach dropped. Hi, applicant Kyle Martinez mentioned you're his sibling. Can you speak to his character and skills? I was cornered. If I said no, I looked petty. Jealous even. If I said yes, I'd be lying. And putting my reputation on the line. Then my dad sent an email. It was long. Emotional. Your brother supported this family when you were off finding yourself. The least you can do is make one introduction. We didn't raise you to be selfish. I read it twice. Supported this family? Finding myself? I put my head in my hands. Maybe they were right. Maybe I was being selfish. Maybe I should just do it. Make the intro. Move on. It would be easier. My cursor hovered over the reply button. I thought about lying. I thought about just saying, sure, Kyle's great. And then I stopped, because I remembered something. I save everything. I opened my phone back up. The old one from college. I went to messages. I scrolled to Kyle's name. And there it was. The truth. The text thread loaded. May 2018. 6 years ago, I was 2 weeks away from graduation. Kyle had sent 34 messages in that thread. Here's what they said. She's getting a philosophy degree. literally paying $60,000 to be unemployable. I'm embarrassed. Mom and Dad are too nice to say it, but yeah, it's a waste. I give her 2 years before she's back home broke. There was more. A group chat with his friends, Kyle to his buddies, my sister's finding herself, aka leeching off our parents while I pay real bills. One of them replied, "Oof, rough." Kyle wrote back, "Yeah, someone's got to be the responsible one." I scrolled further. Not one message of encouragement. Not one, "Good luck." Not one, "Proud of you." Just mockery, embarrassment, contempt. I took screenshots of everything. 34 messages. 0 support. I saved them to a folder. Then I checked LinkedIn. Because if Kyle lied about supporting me emotionally, what else did he lie about? I found his profile. And I started clicking. That's when I saw it. His job history had a gap. October 2023 to now. 6 months. He'd been fired. Kyle didn't wait for my answer. He went around me. First, he told the family I was gatekeeping opportunities out of jealousy. My Aunt Linda texted me, "I'm disappointed in you. Kyle's going through a hard time and you're holding a grudge." Then my cousin Rachel, "Seriously? You can't help your own brother." I didn't reply to any of them. Because Kyle wasn't done, he posted on Instagram. No names, but it was obvious. Funny how success changes people. Snake emoji. I saw the comments, family members liking it. Then came the real move. Kyle emailed my boss, not HR, my actual VP. Subject line, "Excited to connect." The body read, "Hi Jennifer, I'm Kyle. Probably heard about me from my sister. I helped guide her early career choices. And we've always made a great team. I'd love to explore how I can contribute to your org. Helped guide my early career choices. Always made a great team. We hadn't worked together, ever." My VP forwarded it to me with one line. "Not sure what's happening here, but wanted you to see this." I felt my face go hot. Kyle had lied. To my boss, in writing. He was trying to rewrite our entire history, and he thought I wouldn't have proof. That was his mistake. Because I didn't just have the texts. I had everything. I pulled my student loan records. Federal dashboard. Principal balance, $58,400. Cosigner, none. Payments made by me, every single one. Then I pulled my bank records from college. 3 part-time jobs. Rent paid by me. Groceries paid by me. My parents covered tuition. That's it. Kyle's contribution? I searched Venmo. Kyle sent my parents $200 in June 2019. $200 in December 2019. Total $400. Over 4 years. That was Kyle supporting the family. But I wasn't done. I went to an industry forum. Blind. Anonymous, but verified by employer email. I searched his old company. There it was. A post from November. Know someone at Wellington Capital? Guy on our team got walked out last month. Faked client intros. Took credit for junior analyst models. Integrity issues. The timeline matched. I found one more thing. A performance improvement plan. Public record, posted by a whistleblower. Reason for termination. Misrepresentation of contributions. Failure to collaborate. I saved it all. Loan records, Venmo history, forum post, PIP. All dated. All verified. Now I knew exactly who I was dealing with. And what I had to do. I started connecting the dots. Kyle wasn't just job hunting. He was desperate. Fired for cause means no severance. I checked his LinkedIn activity. He'd applied to 6 companies in 2 weeks. Google, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, Salesforce, Adobe. All of them. No response or rejected within days. His reputation was tanked. He needed a name brand company to rehab his image. And he thought I was still the soft target from college, the little sister he could guilt and manipulate. Then a mutual contact messaged me. "Hey, your brother reached out asking about you. Wanted to know your exact title and team size. Seemed intense. Thought you should know." That's when it clicked. Kyle wasn't asking for help. He was planning a takeover. He wanted to use my credibility as a launch pad, get in under my referral, then position himself as the real talent, the one who brought fresh perspective, and quietly erase me. I did the math. His rent in the city, $4,100 a month. Savings, visible on a shared family financial app we'd all signed up for years ago, $2,300. He had 6 weeks of runway, maybe less. 0 severance, a torched reputation, and desperation. I didn't feel angry anymore. I felt clear. I opened a new email draft. Subject line. Referral inquiry. Kyle Martinez. I didn't write it in anger. I didn't write it for revenge. I wrote the truth. Just the truth. I attached a timeline, screenshot of his first message, screenshot of his email to my VP. Then I attached the loan records, the text thread from college, redacted but relevant. I wrote one paragraph. Kyle and I have not had a collaborative working relationship. We have not spoken in 3 years. The characterization in his cover letter and his email to Jennifer does not reflect our actual history. I'm happy to discuss further if needed. No emotion, no spin. I scheduled a call with HR and my VP. Then I wrote a second email. To my parents. Subject line, let's clear this up. I attached the texts, the loan summary, the Venmo history, body of the email. I need you to see what actually happened. I'm not asking for an apology. I'm asking you to stop pushing me to compromise my integrity for someone who never supported mine. I read both emails twice. Then I took a breath. And I hit send on the HR email at 9:47 a.m. By 10:15, my VP called. Can you talk now? I could. The call was calm. My VP, Jennifer, and the head of talent were both on the line. Jennifer spoke first. Walk me through this. I did, step by step. Kyle claimed he mentored me. We didn't speak for 3 years before this message. I have the logs. I shared my screen, showed the message timestamps. The talent lead asked, and he never contributed to your education or living expenses? Correct. I have loan records and payment history. I can send them. There was a pause. Then Jennifer said, thank you for being transparent. This is a reputational risk we take seriously. The talent lead jumped in. We're closing his application. We'll note the misrepresentation in our system. If he applies again under any circumstances, it will be flagged. I exhaled. Thank you. Jennifer's voice softened. You did the right thing. Protecting your reputation isn't selfish. It's necessary. The call ended at 10:42. I sat there for a minute. Then I sent the second email. To my parents. I attached the texts, the loan summary, the Venmo history. I didn't editorialize. I just let the receipts speak. 2 hours later, Kyle started texting me. You're unbelievable. This is who you are? Enjoy your little power trip. I read them. I didn't reply. I blocked his number. 2 days later, my dad sent an email. One line. We didn't know all of this. We need time to process. It wasn't an apology, but it was acknowledgement, and that was enough. 3 days after that, I got a notification. Kyle had updated his LinkedIn. New job, mid-level role, smaller firm, title downgrade. His comments were turned off. I closed the app. I didn't feel victorious. I felt free. The fallout was quiet. Kyle's job search stalled. Word travels in small industries. A few mutual contacts reached out to me privately. They'd heard things. They wanted the real story. I didn't gossip. I just said, we're not in contact. Eventually, Kyle took that mid-level role at a no-name firm, far from the prestige he was chasing. My parents reached out a month later. They wanted to talk. We met for coffee. It was stiff, awkward, but it was honest. I didn't rehash everything. I didn't need to. I just said, I need you to respect my boundaries. They nodded. My mom said, we didn't see it. We should have. It wasn't everything I wanted to hear, but it was something. I decided to channel the experience into something bigger. I launched a scholarship fund, the Useless Degree Scholarship, for students pursuing humanities, arts, and social sciences, students who are told their passions have no value. First year, I awarded $25,000 to 5 students. One of them messaged me. I was going to switch to business because my dad said art was a dead end. This changed everything. Thank you. I framed that message. 6 months later, TechCorp promoted me, VP of Innovation. The announcement went out company-wide. Her strategic vision and interdisciplinary approach have been transformative. That philosophy degree everyone mocked, it taught me critical thinking, empathy, systems analysis, skills you can't fake, skills that made me irreplaceable. I sleep well now. I still have those screenshots. I'll probably keep them forever, not as weapons, as reminders. I survived the doubt. I built something real, and no one can take that from me. Here's what I learned. The people who mock your path are often the ones who need it most. But you don't owe them the map. So here's my question for you. Have you ever had family dismiss your dreams, then ask for help later? Drop your story below. I read every single one. And if this resonated, subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. Because boundaries aren't walls, they're foundations. And I'm just getting started. This has been a fictionalized dramatization and is not legal or financial advice. They called my degree useless. I called their bluff.